What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a touchy subject when it comes to the world of collecting vintage figures, and that subject is reproductions. Are they good? Bad? Do you feel indifferent about them? What say you? What say the masses? What say the public? Who knows? I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, but fuck it. I'm putting it up there because these are my feelings about it. Reproductions are nice. They're cool to have a representation of a figure. Like, this is a 1977 Darth Vader Kenner figure. And you can probably get a guy like this for like, what, 50 bucks, 60 maybe. Some people don't want to pay that much. They'll buy a reproduction or whatever the case may be of the figure, and they'll have it in their collection. Or you might have a figure worth $200 and somebody buys a reproduction of that figure. They want to have a representation in their collection. They can't afford $200, so they pay $35 or 40 bucks for a reproduction figure. These are all originals, by the way, all mine as I was growing up. But there you go. Somebody might reproduce a Boba, reproduce a Bib Fortuna, and definitely reproduce capes of vintage figures. This is an original. Boba Fett goes to that Boba Fett right there. Kenner cape. Now, reproductions, like I said, are okay. You can love them if you love them, hate them if you hate them. I don't care what you feel about them. The way I feel about them is that they saturate the market with fakes. They're fakes. Just call them what they are, as they are fakes. And you can't tell me that everybody in the collecting community is a good person. You can't tell me that a scumbag is not going to buy or not going to make 2,500 of these and sell them and weather them and sell them as originals. You can't tell me that there are no scumbags out there that do this. And I do my due diligence before I buy anything. Before I would buy something like this, I would do my due diligence, or something like this, or something like this. If I was going to do it. If I was going to I have another Boba over there. If I was going to put together a Boba, I would have to do my due diligence, right? And I'm a former private investigator, former fugitive recovery, right? I used to be an actual bounty hunter, not a fake one in Star Wars, but that's why I love Boba Fett, because that's what I used to do. Anyways, so as an investigator, you have to investigate what you're doing. What are you buying? Are you buying a legitimate thing, or are you buying something fake? There are so many scumbags, right? Pieces of shit that will reproduce these things 25 at a pop. I mean, 2,500 at a pop, 3,000 at a pop, and sell them as legitimate to novice collectors, and the novice collectors are going to pay $75 for a cape, or $65, or whatever it is. I've seen these go as high as $100 for a Boba Fett original cape, right? Or at $35 for a belt. I've seen 50 to 60 for a gun. I've seen for originals. And you can't tell me that there are no scumbags out there that are going to reproduce these things and sell them as legitimate. I've seen these go for like, what, 40, 50 bucks. That's all original. I have not cleaned this. I have not cleaned it at all. That's it. The way it comes, the way it is. You know, period. Bottom line. I got the Vader cape. Look at that. Never washed it. This is original. That's the way it came. This is my Vader. I've had this. So what I'm putting out there is that, like I said, there are tons of people who love reproductions. That's fine. Love your reproductions all you want to, you know, but when you put your opinion out there, like, hey, you know what, you know, they kind of cloud the market, and that's your opinion, and somebody gets butthurt about it, and they want to say something to you like, hey, you know what, who cares, your opinion doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. For me, it's ridiculous. So, and I've always wanted to do a video like this. I wasn't going to make it until later on, when I was done kind of archiving the little collection that I have, mainly vintage figures, you know, but I see it all the time, man. And I see people out there, and I've heard of a guy named Stan, or I think it's Stan Solo or Dan Solo, one of those. I think it's Stan, that makes reproduction figures, and they look real, man. They look damn real. And I like them. They look cool. Right? It's good to look at. Like, I would love to have maybe a Stan Solo Boba Fett, like, on card that looks like, you know, the Return of the Jedi or whatever. Only for me, right? For just for the representation of having it. But like I said, there are tons of scumbag pieces of shit that will reproduce whatever they possibly can and sell it as brand new or as a original. Chewbacca right here, all original bowcaster, original bandolier right there, all original. But there, like I said, there are pieces of crap that will reproduce 1,000 of these or whatever and sell them as new, right? Whatever the case may be. And I just think it's scumbaggery, if you want to call it. That's what I call it. But I love vintage figures. I hate to see the market tainted with crap. Like I said, some of it looks cool, and some people do have good hearts and say, you know what, for the people that cannot afford the originals, let me reproduce some and sell them as reproductions. But then, like I said, there are tons of piece of shit scumbags that will do the same thing and sell them as legitimate Kenner pieces. So that's my view on it. I've always thought that. Every time somebody, I see something online like a Boba Fett. I don't have Boba Fett's Wookiee braids. For the 12-inch Boba Fett, I don't have his Wookiee braids, right? And every time I see Wookiee braids that are reproduction, they look nice, man. But I don't want to put that on my figure because it's not original. I want the original stuff on my figure. That's just what I want to do. But when, like I said, I'm sure I've come across fake Wookiee braids, fake capes, fake backpacks. I'm sure I have. I'm sure a lot of people have. So that's why you got to do your due diligence. Like I said, I'm a former PI, but even I, and all the investigation that I can do behind the seller, even I could be fooled. Anybody could be fooled, man. It doesn't matter. That's why, reproductions are kind of like, when I see them, I'm like, okay, yeah, it looks cool because they look like the originals, but, what's going to be the intent of the individual that are buying these reproduction figures or pieces? Are they going to keep them in their collection, or are they going to sell them later on as legitimate, right? That's where I have the problem. Like I said, somebody can say, oh man, you make capes and they are reproduction, and the original seller, yes, I've made 50 of these capes and they're all reproductions at a discount price, and that individual said, I'll take all 50, and then that individual that bought all 50 is going to try to sell them as legitimate, because there are a bunch of, like I said, pieces of shit scumbags out there that'll do it. And that's the bottom line, 100%. And I hate dealing with that stuff when I'm online looking at it and people are putting figures inside of a card saying that it's MOC and it's not. Those type of that type of stuff, I don't like that. It just rubs me the wrong way. I've been around the game in a long time. I'm an OG, if you want to call me, of the original trilogy. I wasn't old enough for the first one, but I was old enough for the second and third one when they came out to have all these figures, to have all the original stuff, and then grow up with like I said, with Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, He-Man, all that stuff. I love that stuff. I'm a 100% nostalgic type of guy. When I see these type of things, I love them. Look at that. And look at that. You see that blaster? That doesn't belong to this figure. But it's an original Rogue One Stormtrooper blaster. And that's not going anywhere. It's going to stay in my collection forever. But it's not a reproduction. That's for damn sure. Stormtrooper right there, looking deep into your soul. Reproduction, people. Looking into your soul. Anyways, guys. Just wanted to throw a video out there. I hadn't done one in a while. I did a Shore Trooper video. I just kind of basically my channel is just archiving what I got. That's all it is. It's like, hey, I have this. I got this from this place, or I've had this from when I was a kid, or whatever the case may be. I just want to archive my collection because we're not all going to be here forever. But I believe these videos will go on for a fairly long time. I'm going to pass this collection on. I have tons of other crap. Well, it's not crap. It's awesome stuff. Come on, man. I'm just a little bit. I'm just going a little bit here. But I'm going to pass this stuff on to my, somebody in my family that's younger than me, obviously. But anyways, guys, look at this Boba. Pretty awesome. The blaster's down there somewhere. I misplaced it. It's down there somewhere. But people reproduce these all the time, man. All the time. Let's not let them get away with that kind of stuff. Say something about it. But anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, may the force be with us all.